Hey everybody, Asher here. Welcome back to more Starsector, where it's been a little while, but being sick is fun. But we are picking up where we left off, getting to Arigato, and we kind of have some interesting homework for us. We visited Tabitha, we punched out Tabitha, we learned that there's actually something in Manchester. I made a mistake last time looking for the planets, and of course nothing from Manchester is going to show up because we haven't actually explored it yet, so I'd love to go over there, but we do have some other things on the horizon, such as Shiro and Old James, which would be very exciting. We also have a few accepted missions, including a conquest of Mikolia, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is another hegemony place. Unfortunately, you can see the hegemony took back Oberstein, so that's going to be a little annoying, and I do agree with some of the comments that I got that if I'm going to take one out, I may as well take both out, so I have 202 days to do this. I'm not going to prioritize it. This bounty is a little more interesting because it has a Maelstrom and a Gem's Folly modified modification, whatever that means. I love the M-A at capital S, the Meshant, technically. But I think one of the most important lessons that we've learned in this series is to not let me just run around in the edges of space here, especially with a full-fledged battle fleet that I have mostly since repaired. I think I should probably put somebody to pilot in here, although most of the piloting skills are... Oh, we actually have an aggressively unassigned pilot here. So there's a few pilot names I'm supposed to get. I'm sorry that I didn't do them this time. I'll make sure to do that next time. Probably don't want her on this one. I'm going to go ahead and put her on allow me to retort. That seems fine. Because helmsmanship and damage control, very good things here. So I think we'll move Dalio up here if this has ballistics on it. And it doesn't, so we're not going to do that. This auto build's working out pretty well though, but it's okay. Anyway, my point being is that we need to dip back into the core worlds before we go out here. And I know that, where's the system? It's not Ishtar. It's one of these. There we go. I know this place is calling me. We want to all punch out the hegemony. I also want to punch out the Persian League, who don't have that much of a hold left on the sector. I think those are two of the key cogs for making peace in our time. But what I'd love to do, since I have the fuel for it, is go down to the Roider Union and see if they'll come under my flag after starting out under theirs. Kind of putting bygones be bygones and praise Lud, I guess, open up some of the buildings that are on our home world. Which, by the way, once again, we did talk about this before. I do just want to mention it again, just to let you know I haven't forgotten. I'm sitting on quite a bit of money. I could actually... Where is this? I could actually go ahead and start building a Genesis planetary accretion device. I'm going to wait to hit that button just to make sure that my fleet costs are actually stabilized. So let's start here. It's going to do a few repairs because we got a lot of fuel last time. I wouldn't mind picking up some Marines just to make things work. Right now we have a little bit of excess crew. It's fine. We've bought them out for most of the other stuff here. But I have 13 high-value prisoners. I think Akari would be interested. Technically, I could drop off some of these Gamma cores that I'm not using either. Not that anyone's going to inspect me. But I do want to go home at some point just to sell the Synchronin core and install, not sell, but install these two things. So we'll need to figure that out. I know we could potentially make another star for the oscillator. We'll have to see if a good target presents itself. So we're here. Let's go ahead and lay in a course for where it all started. And don't get me wrong, if you are here and somehow missed the very first episode of the series, I'm gonna accept that because they have a vengeance fleet coming after me. So we're not gonna mess with that right now. Doesn't mean we can't try to take them over later. Invasion over. You know what? Let's just hit the reset button here. Let's accept a ceasefire from everybody. And the reason for that is that I have some other things I want to take care of, and I don't want anybody breathing down my neck. So this conquest mission is still here. It didn't get canceled or anything just because of that. So we got a bunch of shit down here. I'm guessing that is a base. Let's see for ourselves. We definitely got a lot of noise. So, Ludic Church. Interesting. Doesn't look like... Well, what do you know? Radio sticks. Fascinating. I thought for half a second it was a base, but we're just gonna let them fight it out. I have no qualms with the church at this time. Okay, gotta take a drink here. Because just because I am doing a little better doesn't mean I'm all the way over. In fact, I'm kind of sitting here right now waiting for ye old test results again. It feels like a repeat of last month, except this time it was a back to school sort of thing that led to a home sort of diagnosis, and it was actually a positive. So it's one of those things where I've felt like crap, but I've been vaccinated for pretty much as long as it's been available. So that means that feeling like crap is certainly better than some of the alternatives of plenty of people that I encountered who either got it early or decided that they didn't need some of the medical assistance here. Kind of makes a problem. But let's see, we are just trying to walk it back down. Because we do not want to run out of fuel. That's kind of our whole thing right now, is that it's really easy for me to run out of gas. Up here, oh good, Ludic path cells got disrupted somehow. I won't question how. I will just enjoy that they are disrupted and say, good job, whoever did that. All right, so be calm before the something. Let's go. Let's figure out where our car is first off. It's at the 8:30 area. Togar is such a weird system because this whole time you would think that that somebody would take this over, but it really has been split between everybody. By the way, what I was going to say before is that if you missed the very first episode of this series, yeah, I didn't last very long here in the starter system. But anyway, Rock Piper Perch, which is actually a 2-star. Fascinating. Okay, well, we're here. We have some things we could potentially sell. Could actually get some decent profit on some of the stuff. For some reason, why do we have a high demand for a heavy machinery? That's fascinating. Anyway, there's probably a lot of stuff here that I sold once upon a time, like a whole hypershunt tap, because I decided that money was more important than engaging with that part of the system. We do actually have a contact still. And special pirate fleet bounty, that's a little different. That's a pretty terrible. Alright, well, alright, let's go ahead and do our special functions here. And let's go ahead and see if we can repatriate, because they were suspicious of us before. And I think what may need to happen is that we're not quite there yet. Invite, join, we can join their Western Axis, so they're already in an alliance. Well, that's fun. Let's see what their alliance is. Things I probably should have paid attention to before. Oh. Huh. You can't see me sitting up in the chair, but that is a reason for me to knock out the hegemony so that I can bring the Roiders in. I think that's a pretty good move. One of the issues, of course, is that fighting with the hegemony is going to piss off the Roiders, so I just dumped a bunch of prisoners inappropriately to them, but no backsies now. That's fine. Okay. You know what, y'all should have fairly cheap fuel. Y'all don't hate us. Okay, I guess my other question is, how much of this do we need? 93 versus 93. It's all the same to me. We're not going after the hegemony first. I've kind of made up my mind on what I want to do here, so we'll do just a touch of, just a little bit of black market trading. Nothing at all to see here. It's actually a really shitty price, which means maybe you all are selling them for a pretty... Nope, you're not. Let me just make sure no other messages are coming in. All right, yeah, it's been an exciting week because I've been... All right. Well, that's something I can take care of later. All right. Anyway, we have some space missions to do, and some of that's going to be to get enough fuel to actually go up here, because I do want to make my way up to Manchester. In fact, I've heard it's really nice this time of year. Of course, we may need to kick the can a little bit, but we can go by Nick's and try and get some other stuff here. By the way, if we don't have anything in storage here. And we can't buy anything right now, that's fine. Alright. I mean, we could always go by Nick's, that's probably better. I just love that we have so many different stations to choose from. I guess the other question is, do we have a patrol that's coming after us? It looks like we do have a patrol that's coming after us. I don't know. Oh, they're e-burning. Really? Okay, so those pirates probably don't have a lot for us here. Okay, we're gonna e-burn as well. You always want to e-burn second, and they got pulled into a battle. So good job, friends. We're just gonna go to Nick's to fill up our fuel tanks. That's probably just as well. Although we could have actually attacked some of that other ship, but it's fine. We wanted to be friends with the Roiders. I should have paid more attention to who they had made friends with when I neglected them earlier. Alright, turns out that if you're not a good influence on your friends, they'll just hang out with the wrong crowd. That's a regular after-school special today. Oh! Well, thank you. That's really nice of you to patrol this place. Alright, so... comm directory. There's nobody on comms. We do have a little bit of awkward fleet storage, though. Because there's all this stuff. I'm not going to take this right now. I'll try to remember to take it later. It's kind of silly that I made that mistake last time. So, cost a penny to refuel. I do think we have enough supplies, but I'd rather get us up to 4,000 just because that's a round even number. Okay, I think this is fine. I could definitely sell a lot of armaments and stuff, but we'll just carry it with us because it turns out you can take it with you. Now this gets us to Manchester, which is awesome. But we're going to go to a new Marmara first. Because what I'd really like to do... I was going to hand these over to the Roiders before, but... looks like the only way I might be able to make that work is to... break the alliance? Make the alliance? I could technically... pass on one of the planets to them. If I destroy the faction, I guess that's one of the key questions. Well, they have Fote, so it's going to be just a touch more complicated than I had hoped. All right. Well, I'm curious at month's end how deep into the cookie jar we've gone. Personal bounty, kind of on the way. All right. We can do that on the way back. That's money. Solid money considering some of the bounties that I've been doing lately, so we're just gonna fly through the hyperspace storm. All in all, not bad for expenses. So I think what this tells me is that the Roiders are not a short-term plan right now. And what I'm gonna need to do is just try to reconsolidate my stuff, go back to the home system. And maybe my goal then is we've done 1, 2. We've done the Genesis project. We've done the Tabitha exploration. We have one more place to go to unlock the gates and the ability to use the whatever you call it, the Janus device, which is a self-imposed rule. I mean, technically we're supposed to be fighting Brighton as well, but Brighton is actually mostly like dead at this point, so I have other things to do. Even though I'm supposed to be permanently hostile with them, I just don't see them enough. It's like, I hate you, but you're not my neighbor. I hate you, but you moved across the country. Just is how it is. Alright, well, let's get over here. Oh, well, Reparation Society, that'd be nice if they took vote for me. So we're at Third Bog, that's fine. So we want to go up here, and then we still want to go up to Manchester. Just perfectly nice this time of year. By the way, what's our income stream look like? We have 2 planets turning a profit. This one is still not size 6. Income modifier, Starfarer mode. I don't even know what that means, other than that was the name of this place. Third Bog still being an outpost for some reason. I don't. Oh, autonomous colony tax. So I get 20% of their losses. And it's gonna be, their name's gonna be stuck being Third Bog, isn't it? I let them have autonomy too much, and they well, hello. They're so autonomous that they're like, the name's stuck. We like the name. All right, so Kingdom of Terra. We do know you guys are here and you have 2 planets. Old James and Sharrow. And then a few other things floating around here. Let's check out Sharrow first. If there's an opportunity to take blueprints, I'm gonna try, but I'm not expecting for there to be. Oh, hi, Patrol. Okay. So, colony info here. Practically no defenses. They have salvage yards. Extreme tectonic activity and extreme heat. This, if I were to give this to somebody, it would not be a gift. Alright. So all we can do at this point is engage the defenders. Okay, well let's engage the defenders. This won't take very long. We can let the newbies fly it out just a little bit. All right. It's great because it has been a little while since I've played, so I'm fully expecting to miss all my shots, but these things are a little fast. So I shouldn't be too upset. Gotta make sure not to outflux myself. Okay, so look, I have failed at contributing. Are you actually trying to run? Because right now my beams are doing some work. Okay, so defense fleet dead. What thrilling combat is this? Do we even need to worry about ship recovery? No, we don't. Hey, look, I meant to drop those off. Guess we're dragging them with us. Alright. So really? You might want to get out of here. Really? You're pursuing the fleet too. Okay. Okay, so we can just invade it. So they have ship equipment. but not blueprints. Well, in that case, I don't care very much. And there's nothing really worth disrupting, so let's just invade. And this time, we're just gonna let the computer handle this. And meanwhile, I guess we can look. They're all just running away from me now. Surface battle canceled. Interesting. Oh, I guess because I actually left the area. Interesting. Okay, well, military options. I hope I didn't just accidentally lose a bunch of Marines. Huh, weird. So okay, don't know why that canceled twice. I guess we're just gonna deploy and do this all ourselves. Okay. So this shouldn't take that long. But apparently we don't get to explore the system. Oh, look, we have it. That didn't take long at all. Alright, look at this terrible planet. Whoa. Who do we give this to? First off, I think we did actually. Nope, they're. Oh, look, they even have a higher rank now. Okay. And if we go down here, they're gonna need these. All right. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, we have officers for hire. Meant to check that before. Aggressive with impact mitigation, yes please. And you're reckless with energy weapon mastery. Oh, can't hire any more officers. Well, that's too bad. Let's transfer you to another faction. Let's do it to the Roiders anyway. I don't know if we can convince them to join ourselves this way, but maybe we can ask them to break theirs. But hey, Roiders, you I just gave you a planet. You should feel really good about that. And it's with the hey, Kingdom of Terra, it was us. Okay, old James. This planet was far more interesting. And probably just as much of a problem. So there's a salvage fleet that has gotten out just in time. You only have an administrator. Your colony's even worse off. Although the hazard rating's not terrible. And if we launch a raid against you, once again, not worth my time. Alright, look at these defenses. Okay. What do you mean I'm not deploying 400 supplies worth of shit against this? Okay, got him. Hey, look, that was a Kingdom of Terra kite as part of a kite challenge. Yeah, that's overkill. Alright. Do we recover anything? We don't. Okay. And since we have to do it this way here, and just enjoy the music for a second. This is technically something I could edit, but nope, y'all get to suffer with me. Because we all love interactive game systems that involve mindlessly clicking to make things happen. Since apparently me just trying to do automatic deployment leads to things not happening. Or there's something I missed. Anyway, they're toast. Okay, Zuon, deterioration. That isn't the one we just took, was it? No, it's not. Hey. That's a good reason to go home. Legio's gonna try to invade me because apparently they don't like that I have just done something mean here. That was a lot of diplomatic shit all at once. Okay, well, so space forces are superior and ground forces are evenly matched. So definitely want to be home in time for dinner. Alright, well, let's go visit old James one more time. We didn't even check the bar. We have the same shit. So there's our Marines. Then we want to give them their stuff. And then just kind of as a synergy bonus, as a parting gift, we're not going to keep this one either. Why are we giving it to the Roider Union when I'm probably going to get in a fight with them again? Who knows? But now it's not Kingdom of Terra, who we've had to kick out of multiple places here. So, let's see what the weather's like in Manchester. Seems fine. Really? You guys can have fun not being the ruler of this anymore. What is up here? It's a Lumen drone ship. We are not getting it. And looks like we got another thing down at this jump point. Just a regular old remnant. And we have ghosts. I wonder if they're leading us to Manchester. That is maybe one of the strongest space ghosts I've seen in a long time. Not as strong now. Look at that sweet profit. Okay. Like I said, so Dassault-Mikoyan had Zuon. Well, it's one way to achieve peace, I guess. Maybe try not to completely destroy the infrastructure of places before I give it off to people. Hey, it's a damaged beacon. Solid state power system. This was much older models, so Manchester. Like I said, I missed it before. We're gonna do the fringe jump point. Because in these kind of systems, you kind of don't have a choice to. But there could be a lot of good things here. And there's a gate here. So, I hate that is a super giant. And there is the tundra world that we probably want to try and see. So we're just gonna kind of take a wide berth here. See how it goes. Looks like we got some debris for Sirius. And a Guardian satellite. Huh. Significant risk of supplies. Let's see what this is. Probably defended here. Domain resurgent Guardian satellite is mostly collected together by residual gravity rather than any remaining intact systems. Systems returned indicate unusually short-lived charged particles. Near the derelict, density distribution on the internal structure has also changed from patterns to extrapolated from your previous encounters. So, new energy signatures. So we're gonna have a little bit of a fight. So let's bring a little bit of a ship. Don't know if we need to bring too much, but as we've learned from before, you don't really want to underestimate these guys. Ugh, I'm supposed to... Lobster Magnet's a good ship, but I should have put you in something else. It'll be fine for today. Although I got the Lobster Magnet song in my head now. Feels like the kind of thing that I could edit in right now. Okay, did I get him? No. Swing and a miss. Okay, and overcompensated. Alright, well that's even more overkill. Okay, ship recovery, not today. Hey, look at Gamma Core. And what do we get here? Hey, look, another heavy laidlaw accelerator. A Triceratops rack, that's fun. Stiletto, ASRM, ASM, no. Okay, this is some pretty good gear. Not gonna lie. But was kind of hoping for more. Alright, let's see what's over here. I don't think I want to do a sensor ping. Although I do kind of want to see... None of the shit's moving. So we have another Guardian post here. Guardian post, Guardian post, Guardian post. Let's see what border crossing says. Huh. Request to fleets. Interesting, okay. So we have all these little stations we can pop. We have another Guardian station. A very fast thing here. So it looks like, oh, this time we do have a full-on station. So we're gonna have to do a full-on fight. All right. Yep. That should be enough. And just so I don't have people complain about how I assign escorts and then screw them up. This time I'm just not going to have any escorts. I'm just going to run you guys into the middle. Alright, let's see. So we got a bunch of little shit over here. We got this thing firing the big guns. I think we just set the eliminate order and we go have a grand old time. Okay, we will casually dodge these missiles. Go ahead and delete this order. Now, if we just send you guys over there, it should be just fine. There we go. I don't want to get overconfident, because that's a great way to get missiled, and these things are things that need to be taken seriously. Oh boy. It's a lot of damage. See, those things are tiny, but they sure pack a lot of missiles in there. Wow. Thought I had it. There we go. So it should be fairly by the numbers from here. Cool. I'm just doing donuts now. Alright. So we're once again not recovering anything. That's mainly to check and make sure I don't have anything to recover. And the nice thing about these fights, at least, is that I'm getting a lot of fuel for my return trip. But what do we get here? Once again, some really big weapons, including from some factions that will not appear. Apologies for that. So, super heavy cannon blueprints, that's good. Hypervelocity cannon blueprint, yes. Anchor wing, probably good. Bolt wing, already have it. Alright. And then number 2. Okay, well. So we got a bunch of stuff to do on the way out. And Odd Ordeal repaired its life support, meaning that Starskipper still has all of its D-mods, and will probably always have all of its D-mods. So what's here? Because this is the old Manchester system, we clearly have some debris, a resource collection center. Okay. I think we just need to not deploy everything too hard here. But we do have one of their big ships, so we gotta watch it. Oh, and they have mines, so would be nice if I knew that beforehand, but now I'll just try to remember to not run into them. Because they're just everywhere. Oh, I got him. Okay. Unfortunately, I did lose my engine for just a second. Alright. Gotta try not to get blown up by little purple bundles of love here. Okay. Should be easy enough. Did we get him? Not today. It said not today. What do we have for resources? We have the Poltergeist class forged templates. Oh, once again, forged template is exciting, except I'm not sure where I can actually use it. We've looked this up a few times in this series and got to the point where I kind of gave up, but it's okay. That'll do with its repairs completed. It's just a funny thing to read across my screen. Alright, and what do we got here? We have just a weird-ass debris field that is going the opposite direction of everything else. It's probably not good for the debris field. So, it turns out that, remember, if you remember the message from before, that Manchester was kind of just abandoned. I'm curious about what the one habitable world has around it. It has a terraforming station. Let's do this first. Hang on. Dover. Okay, it's anything special? Originally a desertic world, this planet is the result of a runaway terraforming project. Even now, the automated terraforming equipment continues to function, cooling the planet much more in the long-dead domain. Resurgent originally desired to produce this Arctic world. Yeah, we're definitely going to scan that here. So, automated defenses. This is more like it. Let's see who we can bring in here. It's just... sometimes when you're exploring, you just have a bunch of fights. But it turns out, for the question of what happened here, the answer is a long dead history. So there's your former desert. Now too far in the other direction planets. Let's try not to actually die. Because once again, little space mines are everywhere. But look, we got people moving. We got some fast shit. Okay, once again, it's the second time I've seen like really fast projections of stuff getting thrown across the screen. It's got to be like somebody's weapon blowing shit up. Okay, we don't want to be the frontliner here. We don't also want to hit. Oh, whoops! We don't want to hit our friends. That's how I get voted out of the faction. Ooh, that was not a great move. Okay. Shields! Uh-oh. Okay, fortunately you can do that while venting, or I just finished venting. Alright, this fight's a little more interesting. Got some serious lag stutter. Oh, shit. Okay, that was one of theirs. Totally meant to do that then. Okay. Got around their shield, that's really good. Oh, I love that. All those missiles are just like, we're going to acquire a new target now. Will they actually hit the target? Oh my god. Look at that. I love these details. I can't even get to the detail in time. I actually want to zoom in here. Look, the missiles, they literally just bounced off. They did not have the momentum and just bounced off. I've never seen that before in Starsector. That's amazing. Alright, so we're pretty much in cleanup mode now. Turns out that Manchester is an interesting place, but... and we did lose That'll Do, which we just fixed. I think I do want to take another one of these. All right. Okay, so salvage here again. Probably should have read the story text, but look, 14th ooh, hang on. I'm not going to have as much use for it, although a 14th battle group onslaught as part of my fleet profile is really nice. A glare blueprint. I'm not the biggest fan of that weapon, it turns out. But yeah, and we get a Avalauncher and a Thresher class torpedo. So we're over cargo capacity now. Cool. All right. So good old-fashioned exploration exploits. Let's see what happened to the planet. Survey says common organics, poor farmland, no ruins. I was hoping for a little more. We're definitely not going to establish a colony here. All right. Well, we got to see what this junk is. So I bet there's another thing sitting in the middle. Okay. More automated defenses. Shouldn't be too crazy. We just need to remember to actually let our ships repair a little bit between fights. I think we can even double time this now. Like I said, we're just exploring through the wreckage of a dead civilization now. All they have for us are tiny drones and proximity mines. And I almost got killed because we're playing this on ×2. Wow. Look at those guns. Who's the scary faction? It's not these guys. Alright. Not a here. Alright. And I got a notification for something. I guess that's Winter Dialogue gaining a level. And here's just more shit. Alright. This is fine. Okay, so obviously we got to go here, here. We're just going to work our way back up here. I think we got a pretty good rhythm on the episode and what's going on here, though. So there may be a little bit more story to it, but it would appear for the most part that this is just thanks to the presence of one or more industrial polities, we've done good with our raid. Okay, so it's just a stable location. We have a nav buoy. We have a planet with all kinds of shit around it. Something tells me I should survey Exeter. Extensive ruins, that's more like it. And we're going to tap the tanks for some extra fuel. Ooh. Okay, that's not as exciting. That's okay. We are going to immediately dump all the organics because we don't need them. Okay, so clearly they tried to do something here that failed. All right. And what is this? A Cornwall, a toxic planet with a refuge orbital habitat used to observe the planet of Cornwall to determine its suitability for terraforming. This station was haphazardly converted to accommodate a large number of people with a large number of hab rings. For an unclear reason, these rings are now blasted open and crushed under weapon fire. The station spinning in decay orbit. Some salvage may remain aboard. Almost thought that said survivors. Okay, automated defenses. I have something to give you all, and it's nothing too exciting. I definitely over-deployed here, but it's fine. Alright, so what have we learned? We've learned that these people were left to die by whatever domain entities tried to set this up and then abandoned them. And I guess, given the state of things in Starsector, nothing should feel that surprising. Let's not get hit by the bright green star spinny light there. That looks like a fun weapon that still is lingering in the air. Almost wanted to get hit by that just to see what would happen, but we're doing too well today. I've already scratched my paint once. Don't need to do it again. Whoa. Oh, look, one's actually trying to run away. Okay, no recovery today. Okay, what do we got here? We have a Harbinger. Yeah. And another retrofit thing that we can't really use. And this. Okay, while we're here, we're actually starting to run a little low on supplies. But I think it's still worth my time to survey. So, literally a shit planet. Alright. So, sensor contact. It's all sensor contacts. And I'm starting to run out of time just a little bit for both my supply counts as well as my Legio count. 69 days. We can get there. We can get there in one shot. Alright. So we have a Guardian post here. And a kite there. And a Cerebus there. And another Guardian post. I just want to see if there's something else, like a Hypershun or something. There's a Guardian station, Barren World, Guardian satellite. Yeah, I hate kind of being out of time. I wasn't expecting this many, like, tiny little fights. Dominator heavy cruiser, that's fun. As long as we stay out of the Corona, it should be okay. And who knows what other joys are waiting for us around here. War against these guys? Yeah, that's fine. So what's the plan now? I guess the plan now is we're going to go back home. I just did a victory lap around a star here. I'm going to do one ping here. And see, that's why I did it, because I had a feeling that in this empty space, there's going to be at least something worth my time over here. Unfortunately, other than an altered mirror shade, emits a weak signal. It seems like an interesting thing to investigate. Oh, interesting. The mirror, rather ingeniously, has been converted into a temporary relay. The modification was haphazard and probably only transmitted for a very limited time. There is evidence of docking, a very short period of reconstruction, and then a very rapid de-docking, as evidenced by the damage around the ship clamps. Inside a threadbare construction, there's very little background or maintenance. Equipment still firmly secured to the construction. In the center of the mirror is a primitive data core, an ancient device that still aimlessly attempts to make communication as its fission reactor slowly drains, despite the wiring being it and its main mirror being fried. Converting the signal to a readable material reveals a coded message which is easily cracked by your Delta AI. Huh, they said Delta. Jesse Scarborough and his merry band of Refo scum got in, and these fuckers on Exeter have finally pulled their heads out of their sandy asses and realized that the system defenses have run out of juice. Tell the girls on Devon to grab their guys, cause we're fucking right off. I'll try to meet you out of the system, but there's a good chance the Refo fucks will track this signal, in which case don't wait up. This might be the last thing I say to you, which will be, fuck you, you cancerous toxic bitch. And your limp dick husband too. Oh, dying words that carry on into history. And on that note, let's go ahead and call that an episode. There may be a follow-up here somewhere else, or that may just be the thing here. They did say Exeter. I do just want to make sure if we take a look at the... I want to look at the message one more time just to make sure. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that says Devon, which we know where Devon is. Cool. So, Exeter, the planet. Devon's over here. I guess we can survey that on the way out. But that's going to do it for this one. This is Asher. I could explore some more. I should really pause this. But we need to go home. We need to stop Legio from poking our gates. So I'll figure out what we're doing in the future, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll be back in a regular clip with these things in the near future. You all take care. See you next time.